You're listening to Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official podcast of Lingerie Fighting Championships. And now, here's your host, Michael Larkin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships podcast. My name is Mike Larkin, and joining me today, it has been a while. It is a woman who's gone viral and a woman who's been kicking ass and taking names in the bare knuckle fighting realm, the one and only LFL All-Star, my friend, Miss Tai Emery. How are you, Tai?
G'day, mate. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. A lot has happened as far as yourself and in the LFC product, which we'll get to here in a second. But god dang, woman, you've been killing it on all cylinders. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut. You went viral, got that uppercut, man. First round win, stoppage, and then boom, you flash it, man. You flash it. And we got to talk about this because that went viral. It looked good. And I'm going to say, knowing you, I'm not shocked just because of how vibrant and personable you are. So let's talk about this viral moment. Talk about it, Ty.
Well, mate, we've been speaking for how long? So I think for one, I'm a cheeky bugger.
Yep.
Two, I'm so genuine and I never want to offend anyone.
Right.
But you also know that I'm a little crazy. So I don't know, just for me that that's a lot of hard work and a lot of life experiences that kind of roll into all that, in that one moment. I can't even really explain as to why I did it. I know I kind of spat it out there just to be cheeky and see the reaction of what maybe some of the owners and stuff would say when I threw the idea around, just being like I said, just being a dickhead. But yeah, I guess that's my way of being some people want to flip the bird, some people want to flash their tits, some want to poke their tongue out. I don't know, everyone has a different way of expressing themselves. Was I ever going to be normal? I don't think so. You can't.
Well, that's the thing too. Like you mentioned, I've known you for 4 years now, and I look at it from a stance too as well. First of all, just also you doing you, and I mean, we've talked about the titties and violence movement ever since I've known you, and I think from what
titties and violence has been the thing since the beginning,
right? Yes.
And even then, that's when it was birth, us just being titties and violence. And that's just in the moment, just having a laugh,
But no, you did it, and I gotta say, the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship has really become a hand in glove with you. I saw you do some stuff with Poe Demon as well, the bloodiness, the uppercuts. I think the training for what you've had there, seeing both of those fights, it's really coming to own for you. I mean, your training has just been absolutely spectacular. I mean, you got new ink as well, man. Those tattoos look absolutely fabulous on you.
Yeah, thank you. I think they've always been there on a spiritual and a soul level. I think for myself, just to honor myself, that was the point of going back to New Zealand and being able to do that for myself. And for one, I want to say thank you for recognizing my technique. And but for me, I think for the future, I now have a real set coach. I've got someone who's completely in my corner, someone who's pulling me in line, giving me the correct discipline. Before it was really, I've just been from gym to gym and just trying to find my place. Trying to experiment and trying to find myself through martial arts. So that was really me going into each fight with no set true coach, no set team, no true direction. And so through that, then the next tie that people are going to see, that's a brand new tie. That's a home tie. I want to say thank you to Coach Maga. He's a Dagestanian. He's a Dagestanian fucking killing beast, a true killer. I think he's tamed so many fighters that have come out of Russia and Dagestan. So he's really hard and disciplined. And I think in the first two fights, that's me going in there really with my neighbor helping me or another sponsored fighter just coming to hold pads and help me out because I haven't had that one set coach that wants to be along for the ride, that, you know, that I want to be able to go out there and die on my sword for. And I think when you find that in a coach, I think that's when the game can change. And when you have a team of people like truly investing in you, like, yeah, that's a scary moment, because, you know, go fast, go alone, but go far, go together. And I think that's where I've kind of come from the first 2 fights with BKFC is, you know, I went really fast. Like, it's only been a couple of years and I've been able to fast track myself into the world stage. That's huge, but I've done it alone, and now it's time to go far and have bigger hopes and bigger dreams, and even place myself, like, believing that one day, like Christine's Feria, I do believe that she is born for this sport. I think she's made for this. I think she will reign as, you know, as our queen in the 125-pound division for a long time. But eventually people step down, and I want to be one of those people who's a top contender for that position. I think I'm now in the right place. Like I said, I've got a real coach, like someone who's rocking up every day when I'm rocking up every single day. I've never really had that, you know, and I learned that the hard way.
I got to say, well, knowing you, talking to you about your discipline, we'll go to that first, because I think what's great about you too is you found that spiritual level, and it does show, it does shine, not just knowing you, but within your work. And I mean, it showed definitely in your first fight with Rung there before, you know, everything happened there. But I look at it from a stance too as well. It's like, I even seen your technique from the strikes, from the kicks, and just everything that you've done, that you pull yourself full body mode into this. I look at it from a stance too as well, Ty. I think for you, it's like the sky is such the limit and anything is possible. And you step from, okay, here I am, LFL, here I am over here, I'm going to fucking conquer this. And your mindset is, I'm going to fucking conquer this, I'm going to do it. And I think a lot of people can really be inspired and really can gravitate towards that mindset and that overall gravitational pull that you have for a lot of people.
Oh, that means heaps. And for one, before becoming an all-star and going to America, I actually torn my ACL and, you know, and had to start, and was told that I wouldn't play football, I'd never amount to anything. And then I literally flipped them the bird, dug deep, and got in there because of discipline and because of the love of, like, the game and the love of, like, conquering things that when people, like, put you down, like being the underdog. I came back and went to America and became an all-star. So, you know, I think maybe being the underdog my whole life has really helped to give me a strength that maybe other people haven't been able to attain. And you can't, you know, like, you can't buy that mentality. Life does some fucked up shit and twists some shit, and you either, like, dig deep and get out of it, you know. And I think that's a different beast. So I don't know. I think this BKFC stuff, I really hope that people can be inspired. Like, I think one of our first interviews, wasn't I trapped? I was just gotten trapped in Thailand. Like, yes. I'm literally doing an interview and I'm speaking with you, and I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm like on a crate where was I, in Malaysia, with bats flying around. I'm trying to find Wi-Fi, which is the only English speaking conversation I'd had in months, being trapped in a third world country. I don't know, I've done some crazy stuff, and you've kind of been there the whole time as well. But yeah, coming back to mindset, like, I didn't choose for certain things to fuck up like that, but it comes and you just figure it out like a puzzle.
Right. And let me first adhere to what my mate here just said about the fact that, yes, you were stuck. You were stuck. We were trying to find Wi-Fi the first time you and I, like, did our interview, which is coming on 4 years now. I remember the last time as well, when I had you on the LFC podcast, you were out and you were, like, by your friend who's a DJ. All you heard in the background was
yes, Vanessa, DJ Vanessa.
Shout out to Vanessa, yes.
Because support your friends. And hey, we manifested. We truly believe we went from her being at just like a small gig where it was like small setup, and only just a few months ago she was like one of the main acts on our Color Festival, which is like one of the biggest festivals in Phuket that happens annually. So you get me, like, it's crazy what you can do if you just don't quit.
Right. And I mean, I look at it from a stance too as well, and I got to put you over for this. You have always been a supporter in me, and the fact that I got to do those 2 ring announcing spots for LFC, which I'm very thankful for. So thank you, Sean. So I mean that like you just manifest and you don't stop and you stay on that grind and put the nose to the ground, man. Just keep doing your thing. And I also like the fact as well, like I've always said this about you, like the intelligence here is also the other thing. When we talk about like body positivity and stuff like that, you're so passionate. You have such the mindset for just having different all shapes and sizes as far as the bodies go. Like you're really big into body positivity. And I think your stance on that really adheres to what a lot of people are about opening their minds and really expanding their horizons. So that's another thing I've always put over, like your intelligence right there from this level. You just have such a great spec and overall span on everything, you know?
Thank you. But I try to play it dumb so they don't know. We keep the intelligence hidden. Go full dumb on everyone.
Right. You're practically, so it's just like, hey, I'm smart, but well, no, here's what you're doing. You're smart, but it's like I'm gonna play Alicia Silverstone and Clueless and just have that as if whatever Valley Girl type of
I think that's definitely one of my masks.
You're just gonna go shopping and say fuck it all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you want me to be like this? Fuck it. Here I am. But no, that's I think that's the nose to the grindstone thing. And another one I got to mention here, our friend Miss Kira Batara just made her debut for LFC at LFC 37. Kira is another one.
Awesome!
Right? Kira just did her thing at LFC 37. She's been in Bellator. She's done wrestling. She's another one that's such a bright spark, right?
Yeah, she really is. She's so full of energy. She's one of the girls. She's an atom weight. We met at 10th Planet out at Coach Casey's, which is in Las Vegas, Nevada, America. So we met there, and I was helping roll with her for, I think it might have been a Bellator fight, or it was a Combate America fight. It was one of the two, but I remember, getting to roll with her, and just that was when I first started to roll with girls who were at like I guess a college level of wrestling. And really, I'm just a football player who just super athletic and likes to just jump in, you know. And she's always just been so full of life and so super energetic, and she really inspires a lot of the LGBT community. She's really big on that. You got to be really proud of someone for standing up and having voices for, you know, a different crowd. I think that's the whole point. We're thrown into a different crowd. Certain people are going to love me. Certain people are going to hate me. And I think that's the same even for Kira and for anyone who's in like a spotlight. We're not meant to have everyone fucking love us, you know? Like, if anything, I kind of like it when people don't like me, because I'm making you feel for whatever reason. I'm making people have to feel. And I think that's the same for Kira. She's really strong like that.
Oh, agreed. And I mean, she had an amazing entrance. She just has that overall spark, a beautiful smile and a beautiful talent. And I got to say for you as well here, you want to talk about that. It's great to be, it doesn't matter where you are. You made a great part. It's evoking emotions. You don't have to like us. You don't have to love us. As long as we evoke that emotion, make you feel, that's the main thing with any part of the story and any part of the craft. So you're correct.
Yeah. And for some people, like if it's a negative feeling, like a lot of intelligence comes from being able to ask why. So, you know, if I make people feel bad, like why? Ask yourself why.
Right. And I think the thing is too, as well, and I put this over a lot with you, and we talk about this too. I think for your movement, we've talked about the titties and violence movement ever since day one. I think what's great about this too, and this is why we talk about it, I think just the fact that a lot of people see the voluptuosity factor in what we do and how I do this with beauty, strength, and dominance. Some people have that negative connotation with the lingerie, or some people have that thing, and they're still unfortunate to this day about women in combative sports. And I think we still have some of that mentality and that mindset still there, but we've become leaps and bounds over it. But there's always that sense of ignorance that's still there. But like I said, hate us to love us and love us is to hate us. So there's a lot of that mentality that still reigns true, but also at the same time, man, it's like, fuck it, we do what we do.
Yeah, you got to keep marching, because guess what? There's people that love it and people, you know, get inspired from it. So why should people stop ever?
Agreed. And you, my friend, we got to talk about this and never stopping here, not just only on the grind from the combative sport natures, man. You're doing your thing on your OnlyFans as well. For those who've not seen Tai on OnlyFans, beautiful photos, beautiful imagery. You're constantly on the grind on that, man, on the OnlyFans side of things.
I think you should be. I think, for one, it's a fantasy play for people. And I think it allows people a safe space to be able to openly talk about those things. We're really living in a world where it's okay to do one thing, but it's not okay to do another. And I think the internet and I think these sites allow people to be able to like find themselves and express themselves in certain ways. So I don't know. I also think that I work really hard, and that should be displayed. And I don't know. You know how I'm thinking, goddess life.
Well, you have to. I think with that. Well, no, you have to with that mentality. And I look at it from a stance too as well. People only think of it from the sexualized side of things with OnlyFans, but I'm like, there's a community, there's fans, there's everybody that comes together with that. And plus, we talk about when you were trapped in the pandemic and stuff. Like ever since 2020 to now 2023, you have these sites, you have ManyVids, you have adult-oriented, but also great content sites that a lot of people have accumulated money from and also have showed their craft in that form. So I mean, it does help a lot of people get through tough times, but also at the same time, it can be very lucrative.
For sure. It helped me get me off like sleeping in concrete floors and eating 1 cup of rice and an egg a day. So I believe in myself. I'm always going to believe in myself. I don't do things like in a certain moral compass, but when it comes to being able to do something that's going to better like my opportunity and put me in a position to win, of course, like I'm going to bite the bullet and make sure that I can eat and train and sleep safely.
Safely, yes. Well, that's the main thing too as well. And I also look at it from a stance too as well. Like for you, man, we talk about this all the time with just the overall the sex appeal with the OnlyFans and everything in general. I think what's great about it too as well, and we talk about sexiness comes in many layers here, but from the internal and external beauty side, we see it physically, but I also think just the mental side of things and just how we have with LFC and many female talents. I think a lot of them with their unique personalities and their perspectives and everything, there's so many different things that make women beautiful. So, I mean, I think all around you have to have layers. You have to have that foundation, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that should be being put back on a pedestal again. I don't know what's going on in the world, but man is man and woman is woman. And we should be able to be, put on a pedestal and loved for those things. There's such power in a true woman, a good woman, a woman that's like knows herself. If a woman knows herself, she can love you more and more and make you like tenfold better in anything you do. Like a good woman that's confident and able to shine in certain ways is inspiring. Women are inspiring by just being themselves.
Right. And I think that's what also has gotten you to where you are right here. And what I like about it too, as well, and I'll just go back to your breasts here for a second here. I think what's amazing about it too, as well, I think you just flashing just shows your overall, tenacity and, everything from a perspective there. But also I look at it from a stance too, as well. Like for you, and we've talked about this with your mindset. And this is why I love you, Tai. And I think a lot of people can see that it's the don't give a fuck, the dilly gaff. Does it look like I give a fuck mentality and just living in
superpower, bro. That's a superpower. And we're living in a society where like it's likes and people like all of a sudden stop doing things, saying things or being themselves because of like how society and how like what people say. It's just a perspective. People speak shit all the fucking time. Like, why are they even speaking shit? Why are you talking about me? Why my name in your mouth, bitch? Like, shut the fuck up. I don't know. There is a superpower in just not giving a fuck. Also, it comes to road blockages. That's what happens in my life. It's just like road blockages where you're like, oh shit, I really pissed some people off. But I still think at the end of the day, at least I pissed some people off by being myself and not being fake. And I think being fake just leads to your own self-misery. And look at happiness and peace. Like that should be what people are really going for.
Right. And I mean, unfortunately, in today's day and age, and this is how I could tell I'm getting older. So I just turned 31 back in April. And I look at it from a stance as well as I've got. Thank you, my love. As I've gotten older, and now when I'm in my 30s, I've started to does it look like I give a fuck, the superpower of dilly gaff, as we'll call it here. I think what's great about it too is as well, it's like, unfortunately, we live in a society where cancel culture is a thing, which is so fucking stupid because what you're doing is you're censoring people from being themselves. And also at the same time, and it's fucking ridiculous that you have to watch what yourself. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but it's like not everything is fucking offensive, if I can put it in the most bluntest of terms,
Yeah, I think I actually had Christine Freya from the BKFC tell me, she's like, just keep your tatas in your shirt, and she's like, and don't get yourself canceled. And I never even thought about it. I was like, what am I going to get canceled for? And for one, like I learned my lesson. I'm sorry it pissed everyone off. And, obviously from here, it's about making sure that people see like that I'm transforming into a martial artist. Like I'm gaining control of my body and my mind and my spirit. And that's my own journey. So to go from pissing people off to then being able to go, hey, okay, lesson learned. I know that I need to, mentally like get myself a bit more in check. Like, but that's my journey, and that's for me to have learned. And I wanted and deserved that moment to give the universe a positive, like, flip the bird. I think the fact that it even went viral, like, I guess that shows like it wasn't meant to be negative, I think maybe on the outside seen as a negative, but like really it came from my heart.
No, well, I mean, first and foremost, yeah, no, that's the thing too. And I think what's great about it too is, as well, you have to do stuff like that. And I mean, if you look in professional wrestling terms, when Stone Cold Steve Austin stood up to the evil Vince McMahon as boss, we always want to defy the authoritative side of things. It's like, all right,
yes.
You don't want me to show my breast? Well, here you go. But I think we're also, like you mentioned, you've learned your lesson, but also at the same time, things happen in the heat of the moment. And when you're
my coach and team would kill me if I did anything like that. Like, my coach would kick I would not be allowed at training anymore. So I would not do that. I would not disrespect in that way.
Exactly. Well, you see, that's the thing too. And people say that, you know what's up. But yeah, no, I've seen your coach and I've seen what he does. So I can see how that would piss them off. I've seen your training guy.
I'm not scared of the universe or being canceled. I'm scared of getting smashed. Smashed.
Oh my God, the smash mash. Yes. But I will say this as well, folks. For those who have not turned into Lingerie Fighting Championships, we'll talk LFC here. Man, we got a lot of great prospects coming in. We talk about Kira Batara and so many talents here. You, ma'am, are still on that prospect list. We got to make that come into reality in the near future of you coming here. Las Vegas, Nevada, get you some stuff doing in LFC, man, because I know you'll kill that when that finally occurs. The universe will make it happen.
It will. It's all meant to be timing. So for whatever reasons I'm being held back, like, it's all for some sort of divine timing. And I just need to trust the process and train hard.
Absolutely. And I think what's great about you as well, we talked about this last time I had you on the show, like the lingerie side of things, you could have like the cutesy side of things and sexy side of things. Like the lingerie that you picked out the last time you did this, you had the nice little red attire on that was very, very nice for the lingerie side of things. So I'm curious to see when that day happens, how you're going to make it unique, because I know it will probably be very special when that day happens, Tai.
I'm always going to think of something special.
Yes. Well, if that's any indication what we had with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship and the LFC, I mean, I look at it from a stance too as well. Your friend Lauren the Animal Fogel's here, Kira's here now. So, I mean, the pieces of the puzzle are coming together, my friend. Like we talk about, trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process.
Now, I will say this as well. I think what's great about the beauty, strength, and dominance message here is you also kind of adhere to this a lot with yourself, because we talk about gender equality and gender equality and body positivity is a thing. And I think what we have nowadays is we see a lot of athletes. It doesn't matter whether you're male, female, non-binary. I think it's great to see that aspect of, hey, here we are. We're still sports. We're still applying our craft. Doesn't matter what the fuck we are. Let's just go out there and apply our crafts. And we see it from all different lanes. Yeah.
Apply our craft and just be human, express ourselves. I think people really forget like all of that stuff, like we're just here to express ourselves and that's it. Be true to ourselves and express ourselves.
Absolutely.
Find ourselves. This is just a tool, like the universe, and like this is all just tools,
Agreed. And I think sometimes it takes you weeks, sometimes it takes you months, but the journey is worth taking. And I think from a stance too, as well, as we always talk about this, I think the fact that a lot of people are really getting out there now, and especially with social media, because there's pros and cons to everything in life. But I think social media has really broadened it up for people to put themselves out there and provide a platform. All you need is the platform to start the journey.
Yeah, you just need the platform and that's it. You just need a spark.
Absolutely. And I got to say, you are a spark, ma'am, on a lot of what we get to see in the world and just your overall personality and precocity here. I mean, I think what I also do, I have to put this out here because we've talked about this a lot, from like your LFL training to MMA to where you are now. I think it's just like you have been the official Jill of all trades when it comes to anything, because it's like, I'm going to tip my toe here, I'm going to tip my toe here. But whatever you do, you always give it 110%. But also at the same time, the variety is much needed in what we do and everything in life. Right?
Yeah, of course. And I honestly think that's how it's led to BKFC. The same for LFL, I came from a different sort of background, and you're able to apply your old trainings and your old selves into like a new sport. I feel like BKFC for me is that, like, I've played football literally my whole life. I don't even remember the amount of football games that I've played. It's hundreds, if not thousands, of football games that I've played from childhood. Sorry, and then obviously I'm a blue collar worker. Like that's every day on the end of a shovel. That's fucking crawling through ceilings. That's digging trenches. That's pulling cables. Like blue collar workers are a different breed. And then coming from LFL. Just having a knack and a love for body mechanics and the mind and training, supplements, food, you name it. I get obsessed with all parts that make up the whole, because each small detail like adds to a win. So maybe someone's been doing technique longer, had a better coach longer than me. Well, guess what? I've got a million other boxes that I've got to tick that can help to put me to tip me in the favor of winning. And I think that's the best part is, like you said, I've done all these different little things, and now it's time to be able to apply that to a new sport, and that new sport is BKFC. BKFC is a brand new evolving sport that's come from the classic, like everyone's fucking thrown down, like this isn't brand new, you get me? Like the two weapons is A and fucking B, you know, Mike A, Mike B. Everyone's born with these two things, and that's the first thing that happens when, you know, someone comes. Oh, it's your first line of protection. So is it all brand new? No, I don't think so. But yeah, I'm excited to be able to use, I've done everything, hey. You're right. I really have done everything.
But that's the thing too, and I also look at it from a stance too as well. Like, folks, for those who have not seen Tai, like you've done a lot of great modeling shoots. You were in commercials over there with Thailand and stuff. Like you're really becoming your knack for being on camera, being in beautiful imagery. So you're opening up yourself to horizons for promotion. What you do with BKFC and BKFC in America, they just did one here in my hometown of Myrtle Beach. They've done a lot of great stuff in America, and you constantly see the evolution. It's only ways up for BKFC. They're constantly evolving.
100%. David is like putting the best playground like out there for everyone. As they keep calling us the dogs, it's where the dogs go. So it's a good playing field, and I can't wait. I really can't wait for the visa to hit. Can't wait for first round management to put me in a position to do big things, and to test myself. This is a test for me, whether I like it or not. I think we get chosen for this calling, and that's how it is.
Well, it's like DMX, God rest his soul. Where my dogs at? Y'all just woof, woof. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are a bunch of badass pit bulls, dogs ready to pounce. And I mean, on the other side of this coin here, I look at it from a stance too. Like, speaking of dogs, man, I've been seeing a lot of that dog on your Instagram, man. A little cutie, that little dog you got there.
Yeah, I just reunited with him today because I thought I was going over to America. I think like 2 months ago, I was meant to go over there for a boxing reality TV show. So I pack up my whole life. I give Bubby to friends to look after. And then I go to Pattaya so I can get as much time just to prepare with Coach Mega. And then all of a sudden I'm just back sitting and waiting for my visa. So I finally waited and realized, I'm like, okay, look, this is where I'm meant to be. Like, this is my coach. He's going to let me keep, as long as he lets me come to training, I'm going to keep arriving. And so, I decided, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to get back and, get my homie, get my best friend, and get my alarm system. I haven't been sleeping that good because I need my, he's a good alarm system. He keeps me safe. So I was really happy today. Had a good day today.
That's the beauty of animals, folks. Man's best friend. Doesn't matter if it's dog and cat. It's that warmth and that bond with animals, right?
Yeah, the best. It really is.
Absolutely. And I think what the best is yet to come. For those who have not checked out Tai Emery, you should, because she's a badass with a beautiful internal and external spirit. And for you, man, I'm going to say this. I always love talking to you, and we're definitely going to do another one of these, Tai. It's been so long, and I've been so happy to catch up with you and see you just progress. I'm so proud of what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. This really means a lot, Like I said, like we're talking when I'm standing on a crate trying to just get enough Wi-Fi to even, dial in and speak with you. So I think to go from being like, yeah, I'm in a Muay Thai gym and I'm gonna just give it a go, to go from just having a give it a go attitude and just not giving up and just being happy and remaining positive no matter who's hating, what people are saying, what stories are made up. I've done. I really should. I should be more proud. Hey.
Hey, I gotta say, you're a badass with some badass tattoos and a badass fighting style. If you've not checked out her stuff with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, absolutely go out of your way and do it. And check out the viral moment, which stands the test of time, and it just shows you for being you, and I love it. And Tai, before we close this doggone thing out, where can we follow you on Twitter, Instagram, and OnlyFans? Please promote every social.
You can find me on all the social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, and OnlyFans. I think those are my real ones. I'm about to switch some stuff up and make, I guess, the naughty stuff an unlock version and just create the site to be free, just so that I can start doing, like, I guess, something a bit more interactive. It's one-man band. It's hard to have every single hat on at the same time, my mate.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? The grind never stops when you're a one-man band.
The grind.
When you're
never
stops. When you're a one-person rock star that you are, I get it. Make it free with the spicy content. I see you. But that's the beauty of it. Links will be in the description to follow Tai. Now, Tai, I got to ask you the social media side of things. Everybody's doing the TikTok now. Are you going to get on that TikTok grind or?
I think my management wants me to get on the TikTok, but it's really just there's so much. There's so much to do in life. Ugh. I need to train. I actually love videoing. Like, I love videoing my team, my coach. I love, there's coaches at Tiger who I love filming. Like, I love filming John Boy and all of his fighters, and Coach Maga and all of his fighters. But it's then to TikTok myself. Oh gosh, I probably should. Maybe just like the stuff that is like the personal stuff. Yana Kunitskaya, actually, she's a UFC fighter. She used to always say, she's like, you should do videos. You're very funny. And I used to, like, maybe that's what TikTok is meant to be all about. I think people forget that I'm still shy to show, all my personality. We're already so exposed. I have to expose and give everything. Like, I give everything to this.
I know, and I think that's what makes you you. And I got to say, if you do get on the TikTok grind, I can't wait to see what you do. There's a lot of great videos you could do just showing off your training and stuff. It's another place for promotion. So get on that TikTok, the heart TikTok, you don't stop. I see you. But yes, no, folks, if you've not followed her on social media, you should, because there's a lot of great OnlyFans, Instagram, and Twitter. You post a lot of training, you post a lot of beautiful imagery, and you just post the awesomeness, that bundle of awesomeness that is you, Miss Tai Emery. And as I always,
I think I got to just call in if I'm just feeling, I'm like, people said mean things about me. I need to just like dial into you, get recentered, let my ego like, oh, you're right. Oh, no.
Well, I will say this: life is an art form, and we are all applying our crafts, and you apply your craft in amazing fashion. Now, LFC, do you have any final words for the LFC universe and the BKFC universe? You got any final words for them, Miss Tai Emery?
Ooh, I'm feeling like a mutant when you speak like that. I'm from the BKFC. I think just like Spider-Man, how he always does like the crossovers, I think that's how it's going to end up being. I would love to be known as the BKFC girl that comes in and then mid-fight I like rip off my gloves and I'm like just bare all. That would be fun.
Man, all you need to do now is shoot your web and just go from, everything with Spider-Man. You just got to shoot that web, man. Stick the finger out, boom, you're cross-branding yourself, right?
Exactly.
And as I always say to end this show with this amazing human being, folks, beauty, strength, and dominance, the three key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And Tai Emery, my mate, I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much, as always, for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Fight, fight, fight.